If you're 57 and you hate your job, you're in a very specific kind of trap. You're close enough to retirement to see it, but far enough away that you can't quite touch it yet. And here's what most people get wrong. They assume there's only two options. Option one is grind it out until you're 60 or worst case 67. Option two, quit and just hope the numbers work. But that's not how smart exits happen. At 57 in the UK, you can usually access your pension by 55. State pension doesn't cut in until 67. So if you stopped fully today, you'd need to fund a full 10-year gap before state pension kicks in. Now let's use a simple example. Say you want £30,000 a year to live. 10 years at £30,000 is £300,000 just to bridge the gap to retirement. And that's before we even talk about what's left at the end of that. And that's the cold maths. And for most people at 57, that number feels really heavy. So here's the smarter way to think about it. Instead of asking, can I retire now? Ask, how do I reduce the pressure without blowing up my plan? So let's run a different scenario. Same person, same £30,000 a year lifestyle. But instead of quitting, they drop to a part-time job and earn £15,000 a year. Now they only need £15,000 from their pension. 10 years at £15,000 is £150,000. You've just halved the drawdown requirement. And psychologically, that's massive. You're not trapped. You've just redesigned the load. Or maybe it's not just about hours. Maybe it's a physical thing. Maybe your job is hard on your body and you want to lay off that. In that case, a lower physical role earning slightly less could extend your earning years without draining you so much. The numbers often improve dramatically if you can reduce the income gap, delay full withdrawal, or avoid heavy early drawdown early. Because here's the hidden risk most people don't see. The earlier you pull heavily from your pension, the more you shrink what's left working for you. And once markets dip, and they will dip, drawing large amounts early is very hard to recover from. And that's why a controlled step down often beats a dramatic exit. Now, I'm not saying just work longer, because I hate that advice. What I'm saying is full retirement isn't your only lever. You've got three big levers at 57. You've got income reduction, expense reduction, partial income redesign. And most people only look at number three when they start to panic. Smart people model it early. Let me give you a slightly sharper example. If you've got £500,000 at 57, a full £30,000 per year withdrawal is 6%. Now that's an aggressive long-term pull down. But if you earn £15,000 part-time and only draw £15,000 from your pot, that's 3% drawdown, a completely different risk profile. It's also a completely different psychological pressure on you. Same lifestyle, just a smarter design. So if you hate your job at 57, the question isn't, can I afford to stop? The better question is, what version of work would allow me to protect my future while protecting my health? Now that might mean 3 days instead of 5, lower responsibility, different industry, contract work, or something just less physical. Not forever, just long enough to strengthen your position. And here's the honest bit. Sometimes we don't hate work. We hate the version of work we're in. And there's a difference. At 57, you don't need reinvention. You need pressure relief. So if you're watching this and you're in this space right now, don't make a dramatic move out of frustration. Run the numbers calmly and early. Model the step down. See what part-time does to your drawdown rate. See what 2 more years does to your margin. You might find the smart way isn't just quitting, it's adjusting. And that feels very different. That's the real way people escape at 57. Not by blowing up their pension, by redesigning their workload. And if you're in this position, tell me, are you trapped financially or just exhausted by your current version of work? Because there's a difference. And the strategy depends on which one it is.